I don't know. Hopefully safe for my wife.
Yo. What it do? It is RB22, episode 40 of Texas Ring of Fire. We got Jose in the house again. And, of course, Harry, San Antonio. Man, the boys did it last night. We'll get into it. We'll get into a little bit of that. USL, you know what I'm saying? Get into some FC Dallas, some Dynamo if Sam comes in here. And we're going to preview LAFC in Austin. But let's get into some little bit of you already know what happened today.
The champ is here. The champ is here.
What champ?
The biggest club in the world is here, brother. Look.
Nah, dude. Hey, check
Newcastle's coming. Newcastle's coming.
I like it, Harry. Hey, bro.
Newcastle. Hey,
let me get my take on the game real quick.
5-1? 5-1?
5-1, yeah. Could have been more, but yeah, 5-1.
Newcastle, yeah, it was crazy, bro. I watched a little bit of that game. They ran all over West Ham.
And that was after they rolled Man U over the weekend 2-0. So Newcastle's kind of turning out, and former MLS Miguel Amarola, or I can never pronounce his name right, Miggy, injured, but should be back soon. For U.S. fans, what's his name? Chelsea's new manager. I'm trying to blank.
Jose would know better
Lampard,
than me.
Frank Lampard.
Okay.
Lampard's going to be
confirmed?
named. So somebody released it this afternoon. I don't think the club's initially announced it yet, but
I heard Ashley Cole's going to come back as assistant manager.
Oh, shit.
The Athletic announced it, and hey, that's going to happen. So if the Athletic's going on record, so Christian Pulisic, put him back in your fantasy lineups again if you have him. But no, so speaking about the champs, USL week 4, just to kind of go over the USL side here first. Tulsa and FC Tulsa and El Paso Locomotive ended into a 2-2 draw, a pretty entertaining game. It was a Friday night kickoff in Tulsa.
El Paso plays a lot of Friday night games, man. I've noticed that. Is it because of their stadium?
You play in a baseball stadium, buddy. That's what happens. Tulsa plays in a baseball stadium. That's what happens. Detroit City hosted RGV in a delayed game due to weather. Shout out to all the Detroit City fans and supporters that squeegeed off the pitch, got it clear. So it was supposed to be a 3:00 kick. Ended up being, I think, a 7:00 tip for them for that here. RGV went into Keyworth Stadium, came out with the 1-0 win. So the first, great job by RGV. San Antonio traveled out west to Monterey Bay, came away with a 2-1 win, a goal by Zachary Bailey, who's on a 25-day contract, so he may be getting picked up for the full season. I would expect that. The concerning part, 2 more injuries for San Antonio FC. Nico Hansen, who scored the first goal, and Nacho went out right in the start of the second half. So San Antonio's probably got 9 people injured at this point. So their bench is already thin. They've been having academy kids.
Hospital. It's a hospital club.
And which when we get into Open Cup match, the only way they won that is because they were playing another academy club, basically. But so for San Antonio, to be honest with you, the big match this week, first place Sacramento Republic, who just rolled Louisville City 5-0, I think, in Louisville might have scored one, but they won big. I think it was 5-0 in Sacramento. I think they're tied with San Antonio FC with 7 points. Or are we up to 10 points now? 10 points. So Sacramento's in first, 10 points with a goal difference of +7. San Antonio's second, with a goal difference of +4, both at 10 points. They play in a red out, so if you're coming to Toyota Field, wear red. So act like FC Dallas, except for we can finish unlike FC Dallas. Sorry about that. Truth is truth.
Shot, man. All right. I mean, I guess.
Yeah. Hey, he wanted banner.
Hey,
we'll get into it.
Harry always, I swear, Harry always undersells his team every freaking week. Oh, we'll see if we can get by, and they always win, bro. They always win. So it's like I don't even believe this guy no more. They're gonna win, bro. They're a good team.
Sacramento's a good. It's usually when Sacramento and San Antonio get together. I personally think the teams don't like each other. I know there's the distance, but Mitchell Tanner came from Sacramento, who's, USL Defensive Player of the Year. 2 years ago, there was a real ugly incident, red card incident, where a Sacramento player pretty much tried to injure him, per se, high boot up on the leg. And, after the match, he sent pictures of it, the big bruise and, where the cleats went in. So it's one of those rivalries that's not officially a rivalry just because it's the distance, but the two clubs don't like each other. They're both top tier USL Championship clubs, which is good for the league. It's two top heavyweights going at it.
Would you say,
San Antonio,
Harry, it's similar to like LAFC, Austin FC, except for the fact that it's two top tier teams?
Yeah.
You can't really consider Austin top tier anymore,
He,
right?
he doesn't like to be compared to Austin FC. That's why he's like that.
Well, we're the LAFC, so
yeah, that's fair, right? The championship team.
Come on,
like
all right.
we got stars. They got stars.
Fair enough. You like stars? I forgot. The star boy.
Well, don't you?
I
know you don't have any, but you can take your moral victories.
I do like stars,
but you like drama. That's what you like. But
nah, no drama.
Sounds like RB.
Sounds like the Austin FC locker room, but yeah.
Well, there was an extension this week, right? And we'll get to it here.
It's not confirmed. It's not confirmed.
Oh, it's not confirmed? Okay. So
no, April Fool's.
Well, there was rumors of an extension, and the first thing was, did he earn it or not? But that's a whole separate discussion.
You already know how I feel about Cascante.
So, as we transition to MLS here.
U.S. Open Cup, dude. We got to talk about the U.S. Open Cup. Oh, okay.
Dude, I'm not a rookie. Calm down.
Okay.
So as we transition, we're going to go to the Lamar Hunt Open Cup, because you're going to find out here in a second. We're going to go through the results, and then guess what? Tomorrow the draw happens, and guess who enters? Dallas and Houston.
That's
that transition. Come on, keep up with the show notes here, buddy. So San Antonio played last night. San Antonio last night played Club de Long in San Antonio.
They're out of where? Florida, huh?
Yeah, out of Florida, Kissimmee, Daytona area. They're a brand new NISA league. Although they've played in UPSL, they have a pretty good academy system. So they're not a new club. They actually had their UPSL team or lower league team qualify for the Open Cup, who played in the first round, which was a big issue for them because a lot of their players that they used for the NISA roster was cup tied. So they rolled into San Antonio with 12 players between the ages of 16 and 20. And their starting goalkeeper, who, we were joking around because he had gray hair and stuff. So he was the babysitter that we were saying here. But San Antonio, as we discussed, when they put out the pre-match notes, had 7 players on the injury list, and they ended up rolling out an academy team. So it was basically an academy versus academy, except for the goalkeepers. The only person on the 18-man roster for San Antonio FC was the goalkeeper Carlos Mercado, and same for Club de Long. And the kids played well from both sides. If you watch that match, both teams gave 100%. Club de Long actually scored first on a nice shot that Mercado punched out, and the Club de Long player tapped it in for a rebound goal. San Antonio FC equaled, I think it was around the 80th minute, somewhere around there. And then in extra time in the 98th minute, they got a PK, and the young center back Holt buried for a 2-1 lead, and we walked out and advanced. And speaking of the reason why I say USL in Texas is San Antonio, South Georgia Tormenta 2, RGV 1. So goodbye RGV. Union Omaha 2, El Paso nothing. Goodbye El Paso. So the only
How
Texas
tragic,
team left in the
bro.
Open Cup is San Antonio FC as far as lower levels, which means tomorrow with the Cup, if you go on to the Bleacher Report app or Bleacher Report YouTube page, Houston and FC Dallas enters this round because Austin, because of their finish last year, gets a bye to the fourth round. So most likely, if I was a betting man, San Antonio will be facing either Houston or Dallas.
Hey, Sam. Welcome, Sam. Just
So
in
we're
time
talking
for
about
the
Houston, and Sam shows
Yeah.
up, dude.
Very good.
So
My
it'll
life
be
is
interesting
stupid.
to see who, or if we play, because I believe it gets regionalized. So you figure, just how they warm the envelopes for the MLS teams. Although I'm not sure Houston wants to face us, and I'm not even sure Dallas wants to face us. But we will.
Your academy
we will
team?
see.
Shit, why not?
Yeah. Well, it depends where that game's played.
And if the fans are allowed,
Played at
right?
Toyota
Did
Field.
you go to the game yesterday?
Of course.
Yeah, I didn't know if you were there because I saw you commenting on YouTube.
Well,
I was like, this guy here, this guy here.
We were at the stadium, and at halftime we went over to the little area, and he came up. Security came up, and he was cool about it. He's like, "Hey, you got to clear it through the media guy," which I didn't think it was through here. It wasn't during game action, so we ended it. Probably wasn't a bad idea because it was kind of our first test on trying to do a live thing here, because we want to kind of do what We Are Austin's doing with it, but there was just too much background to do it at halftime because San Antonio had a whole bunch of stuff going on. So probably wasn't a bad thing it got stopped because you could hardly hear what we were saying. But the security came by and said, "Hey," and we were cool about it. And
they said
more about.
No.
We were a couple of beers in, and at the time it was 0-0, and we're like, "Oh crap, what are we gonna do?" Because Club de Lone hasn't won a game yet professionally. So
you didn't want to be the first. Yeah.
Well, San Antonio FC went into it, like, hey, if we win, we win. If we lose, not a big deal, because San Antonio's got a thin roster this year. They're dealing with a bunch of injuries. So and MLS teams deal with this as well. Do you, in the early rounds, do you want to invest your starting lineup in a game, or do you want to save it for the regular season until you get later on? So that's why I say, to me, for San Antonio FC, if they do draw a MLS team, especially if it's in Toyota Field, I would expect a much stronger lineup. If it's away, I'd still expect a much stronger lineup, but who knows? We'll see, and it depends on the injury situation at that point. But Dallas, Houston, any of you want to take the chance at San Antonio this year? I know Houston knocked this out last year thanks to the referees on a bogus call, but not that I'm holding bitter. But we know Austin doesn't want anything, but
yeah, we definitely know Austin.
Hey, I want all the smoke. I want all the smoke. Come on now.
Right now, Dallas is. I mean, I'd be impressed if we could create. I mean, we could create chances if we could finish our chances against a team like San Antonio. I don't know, man. I mean, Harry, you saw the match against Portland, and we'll talk about it, but yeah, it was that kind of game.
Houston, would you like to host or what? Would you go, or would you not care as a Houston fan?
I mean, I care about every game, but I usually don't go to week games because it's just hard to go to, especially with the times. They be at like 8:30, 9, so it's hard to.
You got bedtime, right?
Nah, I live like an hour away from the stadium, so.
Oh snap! Okay, yeah, I feel that. That's kind of like Frisco.
He lives in Katy, then. He lives in Katy,
I live up like in Kingwood.
That's old Katy there.
That is.
Yeah.
That's North Houston, old money. We'll just leave it at that.
That old money. So what's up, man?
Katie's new money.
I want to get into some Dallas. Let's get into some Dallas. Y'all had Portland, did you go to the game? Were you able to make it?
No, I did not, but I was live streaming the game. I ended up having a bunch of stuff to do that day. So, but I did live stream the game. Yeah, and bro, just to get into the game, I mean, we drew 1-1 with the Timbers. It is not for the lack of chances and opportunities. I felt like we doubled Portland's shots on target, everything else. We actually tripled it from when I checked. It was like 17-6 or 18-6. We created so many opportunities. We had a goal that was called offsides from Velasco. Quignon ended up getting us the goal off of it was a weird kind of corner and how it bounced around and landed on his foot, and he ended up putting it in. I mean, we played well enough. We got the goal that we needed, but we
should have won. There's no question.
Yeah, we missed so many opportunities to go up by multiple goals that you could.
And that's what you were talking about last week, right? I mean,
yeah, you could smell it was coming. You know how you're watching a game, we're barely up 1-0. This is a dangerous lead right now. United fans had to probably feel that way today. Their game against Brentford. I heard they fans were getting pissed off.
Well, even Barca. Even Barca, dude. Barca started off hot. I thought they were about to put it away quick.
Here's the game flow here. So Dallas is the green, and Portland's the blue. They dominated the game. It just there's no easy way to say it. 60% of the possession, 17 shots, 6 on target.
Portland had a couple.
Each team had 2 big chances.
Yeah, I don't want to make it. I mean, yeah, Harry's spelling it all out there stats wise. I mean, Portland had a couple interesting chances. One really good in the first half that ended with a crossbar hit, and I thought we were going to go down 1-0 right there. I was about to get really upset. But in all honesty, I mean, it was just we're still figuring out how to break down defenses, and you could just tell. It's always the weight of the pass, or the through ball's too long, or Tafari tries a lob over the top and it misses Ariel or somebody by just a step. It's always just these things that are just I don't know. I feel like they're growing pains, but maybe they're not. Maybe right now our team just hasn't figured out how to put it together offensively. But that last dagger goal by Portland in stoppage time to take the point, it was tough, bro. It was really tough. We dominated that game.
Were you happy with the lineup with Velasco, Fiera, Arola, Comical?
Yeah, I think the lineup actually. So Legit actually surprised me. All the things he's going through personally right now, man, that man's going through it. He actually played pretty well. I think in the second half he waned a little bit with performance, but I thought he played really well. Paxton, to me, and Cerrillo, I would say the two of them, they had interesting games. I think they started off really well, but became less prominent when we needed him to. Mainly Pomacall, when we needed him to in the second half. I think I don't know. We created opportunities. A lot of them weren't high percentage opportunities. But outside of that, I thought it was a strong lineup. I don't know how many changes I would actually make. I mean, you could argue, if Quignon scored, I guess maybe him starting over Cerrillo, and Cerrillo only really came off because he had a yellow card. So, no, I think the lineup was fine. I just don't think the front three have a great understanding of what they're supposed to be doing up top together. There's a lot of interchanging going on, a lot of Ferreira and Velasco dropping in to play a 10 role or to just demand the ball because they're not getting it. Ferreira touched the ball maybe 3 or 4 times the first half. It just, they couldn't find him. I don't know. He was pressuring really well defensively, but I don't know. I don't know if they have to start shaking things up and looking at someone like Jimenez. But my issue with him is that I don't know if he fits this squad and Coach Nico's tactics. I just don't think he does. He's kind of a slow, clunky forward, a true 9, a finisher. But you have to put a lot around him so that he has the support needed to go after goals. So I don't know. Dallas is in a weird spot, man. Like we're not bad. It's like you said it last week, Harry. We're not bad. We're not good. We're not finishing opportunities that we get. But last season we had a couple games like this where I thought we bounced back really well. I can't remember who it was. We dropped points twice at home last season, and I thought we bounced back really well from those. So I don't know. I feel like we don't drop points like this too often. I'm hoping that the next couple of games we see some kind of turnaround up front. And on top of that, still no clean sheet. I'm still waiting on that. We still are waiting on a clean sheet for this season. That part of it's also pretty frustrating. So with that said, there were some bright spots. Jesus started out for the first time at right back. I like that. I like the way he played for the most part. I think he had some great runs. I don't know how many crosses he actually had. He was creating a lot of opportunities. Marco played like Marco at left back. I thought he played pretty well. Like no one played absolutely like, bottom of the barrel or terrible, right? It was just like it's almost like the profile that Dallas has right now. Like everyone plays pretty well individually, but we just can't get the pieces to work cohesively together to get the goals that we need. So yeah.
So their ceiling, what do you think? You think they got a pretty high ceiling still?
Yeah, but they got to figure it out soon, man. The weeks are going, and they.
It's what week 6? Week 6 of
yeah, for 6 weeks through the
34.
season. Yeah, so
still 28 weeks left.
You want to start seeing. You just want to see progress, right? I'm not looking for like, okay, we need to start blowing out teams, but we just need to start seeing games build on each other in a positive way.
Yeah, man. I mean, I feel like you're describing Austin right now, like all around, just lost.
What?
Just lost, bro.
Dude,
I wouldn't say Dallas.
About?
I wouldn't say Dallas is lost. Like we created a ton of opportunities, right?
Yes, so have we. We've had opportunities artists can't finish, but that's different. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
we're not on Austin yet, man.
There.
Come on.
In slight ways, I see a little bit what you're talking about, right? Like offensively, it's like you're trying to find something, but I think to me it reeks of just a team, a young team who's getting their wheels under them, right? They're getting some chemistry. I'm hoping somebody steps up as a leader too. I really can't tell who the leader on this team is. Like with
that might be part of the problem, then, right?
Yeah, it could be. It very well could be. Because you would think that the players rally around a leader at times like this. When times are uncertain, you don't know where the goals are going to come from. Things kind of go in and out in terms of form across every one of the players, especially the ones who start consistently. You usually rally around a captain or something. I just don't know who that is. Like on paper, I think it's Pamukal, but I don't know. He doesn't scream captain to me when I watch him play. We had Hedges.
What about
for 10
Paul
plus
though?
years,
Since he does have the armband,
he does. And okay, I don't know how you guys feel about this. I would like to open this up though. I firmly believe Arriola is one of the most overrated players in the league.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, I like that.
Bro, I am not inspired. And this, again, Dallas.
I'm not a fan of his. I'm not gonna lie. I think Dallas could be for the money that he cost, and I just don't think his production
is though. How much does he cost?
I'm not familiar with his contract.
I thought he was, right?
He might be a DP. If it's not him, I'd be surprised to see who it is. But he's
not a DP.
All I know is Legit the DP.
I know Ferreira is a DP and
is Velasco young DP?
Yeah, Velasco. No, Velasco DP.
So his base salary is 1.1.
Okay.
But is he TAM or what?
Yeah, I don't know if his guaranteed or 2022 he was 1.1. Velasco is 1.1.
Yeah, that is
Legit
high salary.
900.
Yeah, that's super high salary.
And I think that's why we play him a lot because I don't know. I mean, granted, or it's just we don't have another winger. Obrian is his backup technically, and Obrian's he's a great athlete, but he doesn't have the technical ability in my opinion. He's like
per third degree, he's the third highest. Third highest compensated player now. Whether he's a DP or not, I don't know. But he's taking a hell of amount of salary.
I don't think he is.
But either way, I mean, and third degree would know best, right? So, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just I could be a hot take, whatever. I just think Arriola, to me, every time I watch him,
I think he's explosive and all that, but I can see what you're talking about. Like,
when's the last time you saw him beat a player 1-on-1? Like not a ball over the top and he beat him on speed. Like he gets the ball and he legitimately tries to take him on 1-on-1 and then force the defender one way or the other. I think that's what you want your wingers to do. You want them to drive, if not to the goal, then to the byline, so you can get a cross in. But he doesn't do a lot of that. It's like watching Anthony at Manchester United, man. It drives me nuts. It's just I don't know what he has to do, or what it's going to take.
You're a Man U guy?
No. I got an old roommate of mine who watches nothing but United games, and I always talk about how overrated Anthony is and how the price tag on his head is way too much. And that's how I feel about Arriola. I just think that.
To me, he's safe.
He's not
going to make a lot of mistakes.
Yeah.
And he probably, technically wise, he's probably pretty good and solid, and practice wise, he probably knocks it around. But he doesn't bring that it factor that you need on the wings.
Yeah. hasn't contributed enough in the first 6 weeks of the season. And I don't know. You're right. He has the armband. I just want to see him do something.
Jose's calling that. Paul Ariel, you better wake up, son. Wake up. Hey, because if not, goals is coming for you.
Yeah, bro. I
So
don't know what has to happen, but yeah.
Here's my nugget from this game. There were 2 San Antonio FC players on the pitch, starting for each team. Nathan Fagaga for Portland and Sebastian Igabaga for FC Dallas.
Was this wasn't it a milestone for Ibiaga too? It was like was it his 100th appearance?
Probably between
Yeah.
New York City, LAFC, and now with FC Dallas. He's not. To me, he's not a great center back for MLS, but he's one that will get the job done. He's got a ring too with LAFC last year. So
I feel like he cost us the goal against LAFC, ironically.
But do you?
Well, because when Buyanga shot it, he reached in for the ball, didn't. Like, he whiffed it. I think Boss hesitated because he thought center back was coming in to get it. I don't think he should have hesitated, but like I understand it. So anyway, I mean, you know, we're a decent team. Like, you look at every position individually, and it makes sense how this team was pieced together. I just want to see them take a jump, because this is a team that has conceded Portland. This is a team that has conceded a lot of chances to other opponents. Some opponents that we've already beaten this season. We should have created and finished a whole lot more.
No doubt, bro. Well, y'all got Inter Miami coming up.
In Miami, I believe.
In Miami.
Yeah, it is. It is in Miami. Your thoughts on that?
Man, if we had won this game against Portland, I'd probably have a much more positive outlook, to be honest, bro. I think we have to get a goal in the first half. I think it has to happen. We have to get a goal in the first half, and on the road against. How do we feel about Inter Miami? I feel like it's a halfway decent team.
Yo, Sam, you tripping, bro? Mute it real quick.
But consensus around like Inter Miami, like I see them as middle of the table team, a team that we should be able to at least steal a point from on the road. If we walk out of there looking like Portland did this past weekend, I'm not terribly upset. But I really just want to see us. I want to be more excited about what I see on the field, especially attacking wise. And then defensively, it would just be great to finally get a clean sheet. I'm looking for us to kind of hold one.
Can you pull up the table, Harry?
Yeah, Inter Miami's played 6 matches, won 2, lost 4, and they've lost 4 in a row. They've lost 2 New York City 1-0, lost 2-0 to lost 2-0 to Toronto. Probably the big one is they lost to Chicago Fire 3-2, and they lost to Cincinnati. Cincinnati 1-0. That was a close game. That was physical. But yeah, they're 2-4. Right now they're 10th in the East. Where Dallas is 2-2-2.
They're 6 right now in the West.
But Dallas, you just don't know which team's going to show up, though. That's the problem.
Exactly. So I with this game, I care more about how we play. Now, I still think 1 point it should be the floor. That should be the minimum that we go after here. But if we get a 1-1, for example, but we look like shit, I'm going to be still pretty upset, like I was against Portland. Like, it's just, if we miss, 14 of the 17 chances we create, I'm going to be upset. Like, I'd like to avoid those scenarios. So for me, it's a little more about how we play. But if we can get at least a point, ideally 3 points, then I'm locked in. But if I had to predict it, I still don't think we hold a clean sheet. But I would say like a 3-1.
3-1.
I think we're a goal better than the Fire. That's for sure. So I would say,
Let's see what Vegas says.
Vegas.
Vegas knows, dude.
I don't know how they know, but yeah, they usually know.
So Miami's plus 120, draws plus 260.
Did they know 4-0 today?
Dallas is plus 200. So Miami's a slight favorite at plus 120.
Okay.
For that here.
And it's in Miami, so I get it. Like I don't know. I still think if we tap it more into our potential as a team, which I still don't think we've really seen it. I think in the comeback against the Galaxy, we saw it a little bit. I guess maybe the manner in which we came back against Sporting Kansas City, but I don't know. I think we're still going to let up at least one, and we're going to have to score 2 or maybe even 3 to get the full 3 points. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that would be a fun one to go to, right?
Yeah, that would be a fun one to go to.
So would you travel for Dallas this season? Any plans for it?
Not yet. I do want to do some match day vlogs.
Yeah.
So I'm still in the earliest days of doing my live streams, but they've been a good time. I had a fair amount of Portland fans in my stream this last time.
Oh,
and
they're
cool. Actually cool. A couple of them were talking a lot of shit after a point, but it's like it's a point, bro. Like you know what I mean? You didn't win the game.
Yeah.
But like all in all, man, they're pretty cool.
You just like that stuff, don't you?
Bro, I love it. I'm here for it. I'm always here for it. I love it.
Yeah.
It's just fun. It's just fun talking, like just bantering and going
it
back
is.
And forth.
Yeah, it is. Like, I mean, that's why I like soccer. You like watching it and then having rivalries with friends and like almost to the point where you're not friends no more.
Yeah, well,
but,
I mean,
it humbles you though. It humbles you.
Yeah.
I just want to humble you right now. Vegas doesn't have you as even remotely in the
I
same
know.
ballpark as LAFC.
Trust me, I'm a bet.
And that preview, by the way, I can't wait for that preview because it's going to be. I want to predict what's going to happen in that game too, and we'll see if it's a little bit closer. But Austin,
let's move on to Sam in Houston.
Sam, you there?
Yeah.
Or are you still doing dishes, my friend?
I sat down. I thought it was muted.
Yeah, there we go.
Talk to us about your evening in San Jose and
how was the homecoming?
Oh
wow. Let's talk about that later. We'll talk about that later.
Did they ask for their stars back?
Nah. They didn't. Nah, just no.
Nah. Who was it? Wondolowski, right? That was there forever.
Yeah, he came from us too.
Yeah, from Houston. See, y'all had a fair trade.
Reparation for giving them paper.
Reparation.
All right, so San Jose Earthquakes, Daddy took care of business.
All right, bro. All right.
So how was it, bro? How was the game for you? Give us a little insight. Boring game?
Yeah, so I'll start off a little bit with the lineup. So kind of I wanted Sebas to start, but
DP no starting still.
Yeah, so
Corey Baird, man, he's the man.
Well, I think there's something going on. He released he put something on IG that said something like, no todo es correr, también hay que darle cariño a la pelota. Basically, like, and people are saying that's a direct shot, basically saying that he Olsen's been running this high press, like build out the back, and when you don't have the ball, high press, and Sebas, I guess, doesn't like that. But I mean, if your DP striker,
so Sebastian Ferreira said this on Instagram.
Yeah, he put on IG after So I think the main thing looking into that is if your DP striker doesn't fit your picture, you have to move on from him quick. If you have a whole DP slot on your roster that's kind of just wasting space, it just I don't know what's going on there. I'm just gonna let it handle itself. He came in later in the game and did really nothing, but I mean he had 8 minutes. There wasn't much he could do. We've had problem with creation the whole year. It's game after game. We started Brooklyn Reigns, our right wing, and maybe there's an argument with how Franco and Quiñones ended up playing. They played a terrible game versus San Jose, even when they subbed in. So there's a lot of questions coming in, but that whole game, week in and week out, Olsen keeps saying, and even like I know Escobar even said at this game that they think they were unlucky to not come out with at least 1 point, and I think something has to change, whether it's just parking the bus at the end or I don't know what it's gonna take to win an away game. We had this problem to the season before last season, where we won 0 away games. So we three away games, 0 points, and then 2 home games, 6 points. So whatever we have going on at home is we just have to continue in that on the road. But we've struggled with creation again and again. We just couldn't do anything. We had that penalty. Bear drew the penalty, but I mean, I don't think it was a penalty. I mean, I think the foul on Coco later was more of a penalty than that was, but it was called a penalty. It was a boring match. I mean, there wasn't a lot going on. I mean,
Let me ask you this, bro. Are the fans in Houston frustrated? Because you sound frustrated, bro.
Look, I'm not frustrated yet. I think I'm more frustrated because I think this is what people knew was gonna happen.
No, I disagree with you, man. Disagree with you.
Well, it's because Olsen, when we run into the job, we know what he's worked with, and we know kind of he's even with these mediocre teams. Let's say he's done well with these mediocre teams. He's now built a team and brought in 12 players over the offseason that are supposed to be built for his team and still can't produce. If you are bringing in 12 players, can't even help your DP, your Achach is playing probably one of his best couple games that you're probably going to get out of him the whole season. He's like, that's the top level you're going to get from Achach, and you're still struggling to produce in the field, like actual like live goals. Then there's clearly something wrong. I mean, luckily, I know we're going against LA. I talked to a couple people from LA, and they kind of said about their problems. But I think if we can't get an open goal versus LA, a team who has given up, I don't know how many goals they gave up to Portland, but they gave up a crap ton of goals to Portland. So I know that if people expected this from, I think people expected better from Olsen immediately, and I think it's starting to come. It's coming slower than people expected, but I'm not there to say it's not working. I see for the first time in a long time, I keep saying this, I've seen an identity in this team, but it just the final touches, final passes, whatever like the final is needed, it just isn't there.
To me, I think the frustration more has to do more with the DP and then with the goalkeeper. I think those are the two areas where, for whatever reason, Baird's getting the start. And I think, I don't know if it was you or if other people have responded saying that, Ferreira doesn't fit the system, which to me, if he doesn't fit the system, why isn't the coach adjusting to the DP?
Well, I think that's Heaven question. Like, I know media has been pressing him on that, and the versus Austin, the answer was that he was more of a defensive option. But and then that was the same thing versus New York City FC. But I don't see how there's clearly something going on. I don't see how you look at someone who's had real good success in the past versus San Jose with he had 3 goals in 2 matches versus them. He let it come back in the second match, and in the first game, the only him scoring was the only reason that game was even tight. But I don't know how you look at that and then look at Baird, who I don't think even got one shot. He's gotten like one shot on target in the past 2 matches. I don't know how you look at that and go start Corey Baird again. So clearly there's something going on, but I think people are more frustrated with the situation, but aren't ready to overreact. I think more of the question is are the Dynamo going to commit to their players, so they're going to commit to the system that Olsen and Onset are trying to build?
Yeah, I think that's the better question there. Which one is, because you got to figure it out. Is it going to be Ferreira or is it going to be the system? And I think with what Harry said, you adjust to your DP. I mean, that's your highest paid player. He's not going nowhere. If he wants, he can ride the bench the whole time and get paid the same amount of money. Like, he can bell it the whole way if he wants to. So, yeah, I agree with Harry. You know, you probably want to go ahead and adjust the system a little bit. It didn't have to be a complete change, but like you said, he's had success. You know, with I don't know how much of the same lineups you guys have from last year, but you know, obviously they have some kind of chemistry there. HTown is playing well. From what I understand, Ferreira plays well, connects well with the midfield. So I think, you know, there's something there for you. So I think it's just adjusting, like Harry said.
Yeah, and
I will.
and that first
Oh,
match,
sorry.
I know a lot of people that first match criticized Ferreira when he went versus Cincinnati, and it was fair criticism, but I it seems like Olsen has based his like those first three matches. He played three different number nines, and every single time it was a different explanation. And I think based off of that first performance, he kind of realized what Seras was gonna give, and he said to himself that he wants Seras to get more involved. So I think one of the main questions that people were asking was how is this a later thing? Is they're just waiting to get Seras involved? But I know you said that the midfield has a good connection, and Coco helped it. I mean, Coco and Nachacha were basically his only service last year. I think even though Nachacha didn't produce a lot, he was usually that third pass that led to Coco or that led to whoever else hitting the ball for Sevas. And I mean, Sevas is a player. If you get him the ball, he's gonna score. And he's had probably two fair opportunities, and both of them have been close, exactly like you'd imagine. So, I mean, if I think he's a DP. Even if he doesn't fit your system, he still needs to play at least 4 or 5 minutes. Or I agree with you that you need to at least change the system, not dramatically, but maybe just have your center attacking mid press more instead of relying everything on a striker. But I don't know.
So Ferreira at this point has had 3 shots total, 1 on target. His shots per 90 is 1.89. Last year, his shots per 90 was 2.52, where he had 13 goals.
Yeah, and so I think one of the arguments is he hasn't gotten nearly close to as many minutes. I mean,
He
Cincinnati
hasn't got the
game.
reps.
Well, yeah, that Cincinnati game he had like I think like 80, probably less, probably like 70 minutes. And then Thor was brought in and he had one good opportunity, but he had to hit it perfectly to go in. That was one of his shots. And then, I mean, versus New England, we couldn't create anything. But, I mean, versus New York City, he had 2 good shots. One of those was the ones on target. But, I mean, he's proven, I mean, if you watched him play last season, you saw that if you got him the ball, he was going to score. Those maybe 1 or 2 times he didn't score. I mean, he had the opportunity versus Austin that he maybe should score, but I think Stuver in the defense actually played a set up pretty well to defend against him. Stuver kind of just held his ground, and I think Sevas expected him to go back, but I I just I don't know what's going on there, but whatever it is, it needs to be resolved, and whether it's moving on from Sevas in the summer, or whether it's just changing the system to adjust to him, I'm fine with it. I just want consistency, and I think that's what a lot of other people want.
So your thoughts as far as the preview, you get the Galaxy. I think it's a great time to get the Galaxy right now. You know, they're 0-3-2, coming off a loss, a 2-1 loss to Seattle Sounders. They've drew Portland 0-0, drew Vancouver, drew Sporting Kansas City, the powerhouse that they are, and then FC Dallas, of course, beat the Galaxy 3-1 in the opening match. Your thoughts on the preview, and then since Jose's already seen Galaxy, you see what his possible thoughts are going up against Galaxy at this point.
Yeah, so I think heading into the match, I mean, this is one of those games I think is a must win just for if you're gonna drop points on the road, you have to be ready to pick up every single point at home. And I know Ben Olsen has talked about that he wants to pick up every single point at home, but I think I mean personally, I think maybe we'll get a tie for lucky, but I mean games versus the Galaxy are always sloppy. I mean they always end up going our way. I think that Galaxy win last season was their first win against us in a good while. So I mean we're gonna have problems at right back and left back. I mean Stairs ended up moving to left back and just got exploited the whole game by Kate Cowell and their wingers. And then Tate Schmidt is out with the knee injury. And so whoever's gonna fill in, that left back, I hope it's not Stairs. I right back, he's a fine replacement for Escobar. Escobar actually played pretty well for coming in 38th minute and not played for 2 or 3 matches. But there's questions going in at the wing backs, but I know I talked to someone from who watches the LA Galaxy, and they said that that's probably the only part where they don't have the problem. They don't have any wingers that are really going to attack us there. But I think I'm predicting a 1-1 draw. I don't think we'll come out with a win, but I don't know.
All right. Well, man. Jose, you talking, bro? We can't hear you. Are you muted?
My bad, I'm muted.
There you go.
I was gonna say, I think you guys can beat the Galaxy, Sam. I mean, I'm not gonna cheer. I'm not gonna cheer for Houston. I don't know if it's like 1-1, but I mean, I don't know. Galaxy, I think your friend was right. They don't play a lot down the wing. They kind of shove everything to the middle. Ricky Puig tries to control as much as he possibly can of that midfield. I don't know. I think I could see Houston winning, but I guess I wouldn't be surprised if it was 1-1 ultimately. But Galaxy are in a rough spot, man. I don't know. It's almost like if there was a time to play them, I think it'd be now.
I saw that cup set, Harry.
There's issues with the supporters groups. I know they showed pictures where their SG area is empty because I think it's what the GM that they're wanting out, right? I think it is who they're wanting or president.
I think it's
you
the
think
president.
that really has a you think that really has a play on the team? You know, for that here, I'm assuming at home it would, but would that impact them on the road? You think?
I mean, I'll be honest. Like usually LA Galaxy games, I went to the one last season. I went to the home opener before the pandemic, and usually they have pretty good support. They have like
a lot of T-shirt fans. Yeah.
Well, no, they usually have an away section that's at least has 2 or 3 rows of fans. But I mean,
so they're better than Austin.
You wish, Harry. You wish we traveled that light.
But
you guys wouldn't even give us enough seats in San Antonio. But all right.
But I mean, at home they've consistently had even with all that their performances and with the supporters groups boycotting, they had I think 18K last Saturday. So I mean,
announced.
Yeah, but so it looked more like 15K, but I mean, I don't think it's had that big effect. I think the more of the effect is that they've still had players missing. And so I know Chicharito just got cleared tonight to play against the Dynamo. So maybe we'll see something there. But I mean,
so you're saying sell out for Houston?
Chicharito versus HTown? Nah. Two washed, still true players now.
Dang, taking a shot at your own player.
I heard he might get called up again.
Chicha?
No, Chicha.
I was gonna say I'd rather have Chicharito, or I'd rather see Chicharito than.
Yeah, I heard Coca might call him up again, even at his age. I was like, that's interesting.
Oh, The soap opera that is Austin FC. Okay.
I mean, you're not wrong. I think RB's lucky there was a bye week, man, because otherwise, I mean,
Bro,
the Twitter chatter would have
man,
kept
dude,
going, I think.
I needed it, man. And then,
Dude, when we are
a little
Austin,
break, bro.
When was a Top Flight podcast or We Are Austin
Top
TV?
Flight.
They're a
They're
great
about to
show.
throw hands on Top Flight. When I watched it, they were about to get into it. I was like,
Yeah, Brian and Bali. Yeah, go check them out, bro.
They had to. I watched the follow-up show. We had to give them a timeout just to be able to breathe. So I was like,
Yeah.
oh,
yeah.
Oh man, freaking 2-0. LAFC is up on Vancouver 2-0. Son. Well, I guess we'll get into some Austin FC if y'all want. If y'all are so eager.
hey, first of all, Alex, you said you were going to be here.
Right.
I just texted you saying, hey, we're warming up. Where are you, man?
You should have known, bro. You should have known that he wasn't going to show up. I mean, even you said it.
Oh, here, RB, I know that whatever that academy thing came out about, some people cheating. Do you have like any within like paying other team GAM? Do you have any thoughts on Austin FC cheating?
I saw it cheating.
Owned by Anthony Precourt. That says everything, dude.
Just because we got caught doing it. Not like all these other clubs are out there doing
it wasn't
the same
just
thing
you
that
guys,
we're doing.
Yeah.
I know it wasn't. But the thing is that I saw a take. I think it was, I can't remember who it was, man. But they pretty much said, like, if all it's going to take is for you to just pay some GAM to have a badass academy, then why not start it now? Why not do it right up off the bat?
Yeah.
Have a good academy and pay some GAM and just get the flow going, you know? Get your foundation going, and in a couple years it'll pay off, you know, like. And your guys' thoughts on it, on the MLS going away with?
I have no issues with
that rule.
I have no problem with it.
So you like that rule?
No, I don't like the rule,
what?
but I have no problem with Austin FC or anybody else going in and trying to take advantage or be in that gray area, and MLS comes and takes away some MLS money. I have no problem with it. It's to me, it's silly rules that
it's
MLS
business.
has.
I mean, it's business.
It's business. If you can go through and attract a player that you have to pay, let's say, what, 75,000 GAM or TAM or whatever magic number that is, but that player you're able to because you're still able to sign the players, right?
Yeah, it's like a homegrown
they're not
thing.
preventing that.
Yeah, it's a homegrown thing.
And then you're able to sell that player for $1 to $2 million. Who cares what 5 years ago that you paid the 75,000 in GAM, especially where teams that I think Austin FC has GAM built up, or you can trade a draft pick or an international slot or
Yeah, and Moon Tower was actually talking about that the other day about the GAM. They were like, we have so much GAM and we don't even know where it's going.
Who cares?
We haven't spent it. And then this comes out like literally like a day afterwards, and then everyone's like, "Hey, good call on that GAM. Like we're like that's probably where it's going is to our academy." And we have a decent academy.
MLS doesn't punish Inter Miami really for 4 or 5 DPs. They don't punish Galaxy.
Yeah.
Your MLS is done. If you're going to be an elite team, you push the rules.
If you're not cheating, you're not trying, bro.
And I have, to me, I have no problem. If MLS really wanted to solve it, they take away the silly rules. And it's a silly rule. It's if you're I'm a little bit sour grapes for Austin FC because they came through and raided San Antonio's. It's no secret they came through and raided SAFC's academy, and it's a lot weaker now than what it was pre-Austin. But for Austin FC.
They should have rated Jordan Farr.
Or anybody. If you're at the academy level, especially with the rules and to give the young men and hopefully if you develop a women's academy as well for that here, if you have an NWSL team, you should be going out and trying to attract the best prospects.
Right. Yeah.
I have no problem with it, and I have more issue with MLS, but It'll be interesting to see Jose's thoughts because Jose does, being up in the Dallas area where there's riches of talent. It's not like they have to go very far.
No.
Compared to, and this is no disrespect to Austin, San Antonio, South Texas area.
No,
it doesn't compare to DFW.
Yeah. Believe it or not, I side with you a lot, Harry. I think of this because of it's interesting to look at a legacy market like Dallas and all the talent that we have and try to protect it right as much as you possibly can. But at the end of the day, I'm in favor of whatever makes the entire league more competitive. Everybody should be. Like, if you want to, I don't want to go as far as it's true what Sam said. If you ain't cheating, you're not trying. But and I don't even consider it to be cheating. You're giving yourself the biggest competitive advantage you possibly can. I don't know who wouldn't do that. If the case were flipped, Dallas would be doing it too. I could almost guarantee it, and that's why.
But Philadelphia is doing it too, though. Philadelphia was big on there, and they have a great academy.
Mm-hmm.
And it wouldn't shock me if we find out that Dallas is also doing it. Maybe not to the extent of Austin. To me, what shocks me is teams like Colorado, Salt Lake, Kansas City, the smaller markets. Despite Kansas City trademarking the soccer capital, which they're not. For that here. I don't understand why it's not a league-wide thing, of people trying to take advantage of the rules or the situation.
It would surprise me if Dallas was doing it just with how much talent is here, but if they were, it honestly wouldn't bug me. Like, just the same way it shouldn't bug RB. Like, it's like, whatever. You guys want to be that much of a stickler and call it cheating? Cool. But it's,
if it's going to take
GAM,
if it's going to take GAM to do that, then so be it. Then we just rack up GAM and spend GAM on it. As long as we're not like we don't have GAM, and then they're
like, third round draft pick. There you go. Second round draft pick. Hell, a first round draft pick, right?
So guys, we're here about to preview the LAFC Austin, and they're actually
a beat down.
3-0 now.
3-0, bro.
Well, y'all gonna score again, man.
Broanga, bro. Man, all right. So
how's this game gonna go, bro?
so this game, bro. It honestly, everything depends on the lineup. That's what it depends on. I would like to see Wolf go back to last year, bench Rigoni, bench Zardes. He needs to his guy G. The guy my boy G from Columbus, he's got to bench him, bro. He's got to get over the, that's my dog. He, bro, Maxi creates with these guys, with Driussi, with Fagundes, and then with Finlay for Rigoni, we'd have some 2022 vibes. That's what I want to see out there. Owen Wolf obviously would have to step in for Ring in the midfield. And that's how he's been all the whole season. Vicenen is back, so you have Vicenen, Ring, and Gallagher and Nick Lima, bro. You got to have Nick Lima on the right, man. That's what I would like to see. If we have a lineup like that, we can compete with LAFC. But Rigoni, I've almost given up on the guy, man. You can show me stats all day, but I watch these games and I see what he does, and he gets cold feet, bro. In front of goal, he gets cold feet, and people can say what they want, that he needs to be a guy that comes in and he's just an assister. He doesn't score goals, blah blah blah. Like, I understand that, but there comes a point in time where you need to be a playmaker, a game changer type. If you're getting paid DP money here in this league, we need to be able to see glimpses of that kind of stuff. And not seeing anything like that, it just makes me think that, I've seen those moments of brilliance from Finlay, and we saw that last season with the Cincinnati game. We saw it a few times where he would come in, and we've seen it in training videos. We've seen it from Finlay. With Rigoni, you don't see. He can whip the ball pretty nicely with his left. It has a badass curve that dips down. Awesome. But when you have Zardes that's in there that can't even put his gold hair on it, bro, it's just like, it's frustrating, man. like get something on it. Get a curl on it. Get something on it, bro. And at this point, Maxi, man, you gotta give Maxi a chance. Everyone's saying that there's something going on, right? Something going on with Maxi and the front office, or maybe with Wolf, or something's going on, right? But I mean, that's in every club. Like you said, the soap opera in Austin. It's true because it does feel that way. Something's going on. You see Diego Fagundes benched, and it makes you scratch your head. You're like, why is this guy benched? Is he not fit? And people say that watching the games he doesn't look fit. But you can call out these other players also. Just because John Gallagher is out there running his damn ass off and showing up like everyone in this damn like the guy looks like he runs marathons every weekend. Like it's crazy. But like just because no one else is like up to that par, man, it's like everyone just like, okay, fucking bench Diego. Nah, bro, like to me, what Diego's gonna bring. Like whether it's an off game, he still fights for the badge. Like, and that's what you want from a player. Somebody who puts that grit into on the pitch and leaves it on the pitch after the game, just soaked in sweat, the passion, bro. Like he loves to be here. And then you see the other guys out there, and like they lose the ball and they just kind of like just turn around and jog back, and like no emotion for losing the ball, no passion. Like you just see these things like when you're at the game. Like on TV, you can't see it, but when you're at the game, you can see it in these players, right? So I would like to see the last year's lineup again. Guys that want to fight for this badge and see what they can do against this LAFC team. I mean, at this point, what else? What other cards do you have? I understand they're all rested and stuff, but I don't want to see G this game. I don't want to see Rigoni really.
One of them will start.
Yeah, and you're right. And it's Wolf. It's a Wolf thing. With Wolf at this point, you cannot predict what he's going to do anymore. You can't. You really can't. So it all depends on the lineup, guys. And me personally, a draw at LA would be great for me. Regardless of who we play, start, because of our recent form. Would love to go to LAC, get a point. A win obviously would be like above the bar. A loss, cheeks clapped, that would be detrimental.
It depends on the loss.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
If it's a 2-1 loss,
2-1, yeah, 2-1 is okay. But if it's like I said, if it's cheeks clapped,
3-0, yeah,
yeah, I'll be like, bro, we got to talk.
Let me ask you this question: Wolf, how is the seat starting to get warm?
Not for me, bro. Not for me.
For a lot of
There you
people,
go.
though. For a lot of fans, it is.
Yeah.
But we just
is.
listened to RB for the last 10, 15 minutes, rant and rave about Wolf, and you can't, he's not making the right decisions. Don't know what he's going to do. Yet you're saying, hey, he's safe. Not even warm, but he's safe.
Bro, okay, you know why? I'm going to explain to you why. This is the MLS. There's no pressure. We're in what, sixth place? What?
Nah, dude, that's bullshit, dude.
Dude, what do you mean that's bullshit, bro? How is it bullshit whenever
your fan base will not accept it?
So you're telling me that the fan base is gonna fire Wolf?
The pressure on him? Yeah.
Dude.
The front office,
because you know what?
They might.
And here's why I say that, and this is no disrespect to Houston and Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, Austin FC has the city. If they lose the city, trust me, San Antonio's lost the city. It took them winning the freaking championship to be able to get the crowds back. Austin FC at this point, they've got the city. It's in their hands. For pre-court, Wolf isn't a great manager. He's not an all-timer.
He plays player for player, bro. He doesn't follow tactics at all.
But if you're pre-court and you're seeing this cash cow that's Austin FC and the fans of Austin FC, you don't think that he doesn't pay attention to what's going on in social media and the surroundings?
I feel where you're coming from, and I agree with everything you're saying. But what I'm trying to say is like he's gonna be here for the rest of the season. This season, he'll finish out the season.
No. I
You know
agree
what I'm
with
saying?
that, unless it collapses. But I think his seat's warm now. Now, I'm not saying it's quite like
It's getting there.
2021.
Right,
But-
exactly, yeah.
His little extra cash that he had that he built up last year is getting spent pretty quickly with the start from Austin FC. And I know
But
it's
also,
stupid to say that.
we gotta
We're
relax
6
too,
games
though.
in.
Yeah, we're 5 games in, and at this point of last season, we had the same record. So like people
But
just gotta
it was a
chill.
different feel last year.
It was
know
it
that.
was a different feel. It wasn't because we were winning 5-0, 5-1 first 2 games, like scoring
But
goals.
the locker room was together. The locker room's not together.
But check it. If Zardes is finishing those balls that are going in front of goal,
But he's not.
finishing
It's
those-
like
But if
Dallas.
he's finishing them, yeah,
you can't
right.
do if. Dallas could be
Well,
undefeated
that's
with
all
how
I'm
they
saying.
played.
All I'm saying is that if those goals were in, like nobody would even be like I'm telling you, the opportunities are there. Like people just need to relax.
But
Just-
it's
just
not
calm
just the
down.
scoring though, it's the defense. To me, I know
Okay,
we
but
talk
we got
about
injuries.
offensively
We got injuries.
going in
And your argument on Wolf is a little bit, it's there. But like I said, it's kind of getting warm, right? With not giving Kip Keller the opportunity to prove himself again, for him not giving Tarek the opportunity to go out there and prove himself. Those are mistakes that I agree Wolf is making. Because you have center backs and you're playing ring out of position when you have center backs. And you're demoting center backs, guys that are supposed to be, playmakers. So I agree with you there, but what I'm
not
saying
saying
is that
he's
the
getting
pressure.
fired tomorrow. No,
Yeah,
I'm not.
right.
I'm not saying he's getting fired unless Austin FC totally collapses, because they still haven't fired Reyna, officially. So,
I think he's gone, bro. I think
They
he's-
haven't
He's
officially
still on payroll, I think.
they have not officially released him.
They
He is still officially
I
with
think
them.
it needs to happen. I
Well-
liked Reyna so much, man. God dang.
I don't know if you can write it out though, but I think that's what I personally think that's what they're trying to do is write it out.
There's a lot going on around
And
the
that
club
could be
right
the
now.
drama. And that could be the who knows? Who knows, man? Who knows? But yeah, bro, like seriously, like if we put out a lineup, like I said, okay, but with the other guys, man, I feel like we're just gonna have opportunities and like we're just not gonna finish them. I don't know, bro. He's not it. 0 goals at this point in other seasons. He already had at least 1-2 goals.
It's not even 0 goals. He can't even find the ball. He can't even find the ball when it's in the air to get on the end of it. He can't. The crosses are coming in.
He looks a little lost.
Yeah, it's like he can't ever be in the right spot. It's I don't know. They're not on the same page at all.
Yeah.
And here's another thing here. DeRusi. He had opportunities last year, right?
Mm.
If he continues to have a good year, and let's say it's a poor year for the club, you don't think that's going to encourage him to go elsewhere? And then where's that's going to leave Austin?
Yeah, because he's not the problem. I've seen some people try to blame it on like Driussi and some of the midfield. I don't think it's Driussi at all. I think
he's trying to do too much.
Yeah.
But
I've seen Driussi in because I sat in seats against Colorado, and I saw Driussi and Rigoni going in the same spaces constantly, and there was no one in the midfield. So
but you put that more on Rigoni though, right?
At this point I don't know because
The fact you don't know tells me it's a coaching issue.
right, because bro, I would even like I said last episode, I would see Gallagher pushing up and Rigoni dropping as a back. Like I don't know, man. I don't know
And
if we're trying to throw.
situation that could be something you do at times, right? Situationally, like okay,
Right.
well, when you're going to play for Gallagher, okay, I'll cover your space. And
Covering,
Yeah.
but
but
not
not
every
living in
play.
that position.
No, bro. Nah, dude. I saw it like it was like a freaking religion. Like this is what we're doing. But we'll see, dude. My score prediction. Man, Boanga, dude, just bench that guy for this game. Save him for the Champions League.
I think my
shit.
prediction's pretty realistic, but you're not gonna like it.
All right, yeah, but nah, man, we're probably gonna, man, damn. Go
Be
ahead,
realistic.
y'all
Be-
go
no, be-
first.
All right, Harry, go ahead, man. I got my own prediction for this, and I don't know.
I think with a bye week, I'm going to go 2-2 draw. I'm going to give Austin a little bit of credit that they're going to come out and show something. If they don't,
Everyone bow their heads, say a prayer.
Lord, oh, it's going to be ugly.
Who got to echo? Sam?
Yeah, I think it's Sam.
There we go.
You're more generous than I'm being, Harry. Bro, I'm gonna say Dallas pulled out a 2-1 with a man down and almost stole a point. I think Dallas is better than Austin this year.
Ha.
I think
I don't
personally,
even think that's up for debate.
I think personally, not only do we not have locker room issues, but I think that we're going to see our players hit their potential faster than the signings Austin made to supposedly make their team better. So I would say
No, we did sign them to make our team better.
But I mean,
That's
it's almost like you didn't know who you were signing. Like I've never seen. We talked about overrated players earlier with Areola. I've never been a fan of Giassi Zardes. I never thought he was like a
He's
clinical
number one,
finisher.
Dude, bro, come on. You
Nah,
Dude,
hold on.
Zardes is trash.
I used to watch
dude.
him for the national
They
team
said that
under
when he got
Klinsmann,
signed.
and I've never
Hold on.
liked
He's
him.
trash.
Okay, but hold on. You guys sit there and act like we had like a board meeting and everyone was like, "Oh, let's get Zardes." Like,
No, but
I
look,
mean-
you guys needed help, and you it's like you guys just got another forward. That's all you did. You got another forward instead of a forward that could like legitimately
older
make
one.
your front
An
line
older
better.
one. Yeah.
But, I mean, in MLS, I don't think age is like a deciding factor at the striker position, but I do think finishing ability is being clinical. And
I do. When your striker can't beat players one-on-one, like you said too,
but that's not age. I mean, there are
Come
some
on.
there are some older players that still got it, man. And like either way, though, at the end of the day, he doesn't need to be blowing past these defenders. He just got to make contact on the ball. That's all that we're asking for at this point, right? If you're an Austin FC fan, so
no, that's all you're asking for too. Don't lie.
At this point, bro, I want you guys to keep starting Giassi, bro.
I know you want G. Yeah.
I want to see him make another appearance. But you didn't level up your attack at all, and Maxi's getting older, and I don't know, man. It's just I see a 3-1 LAFC. That is my prediction. I think it's realistic. I think if
LAFC wins, it's by a bigger score, though.
Man, it could be the other end.
If LFC wins, it's a 3-0, 4-1.
They got revenge. They got revenge on their mind too, guys. Even though they did us 3-0 in the conference final, regular season last season, we had their numbers. So I'm sure they're gonna want to beat us in the regular season, dude. Put it to us.
And that's what I was saying earlier, right? I made that comparison with like with San Antonio. The rivalry that's somewhat brewing now between LAFC and Austin FC. And I don't know if you guys caught I think Erdogan from Austin TV. Yeah, he was on Voices of Black and Gold.
For us, it's a rivalry already.
Yeah.
Because...
Well, for them, it's like they're now kind of starting to kind of see it the way the Austin fans see it. And so, like, I don't know. I think that like I could see Austin creating some trouble, creating a few headaches here and there. I will say though, I don't think a week fixes your team's problems. I think I think Wolf's still going to start who he's been starting, at least one of them. It's going to be either Rigoni or Giassi, and one of them's probably going to cost you opportunities. And then on top of that, I mean, we only lost 2-1 Dallas, but Boyanga also only came in like the 70th minute, whatever it was. Like he had just flown back from the other side of the world. So, yeah, bro, I don't know. I think with them being fully rested and in a rhythm, I think LAFC's going to ball. It could. Harry's right. It could be more than 3, but I think 3-1.
Do you think
they won't be fully rested
Big
though?
Fox? Do you think that the fact that this game's on Big Fox plays a part into it because it's on national TV, not on FS1 or anything along those lines?
God, I would love to see Austin get aired out in front of the whole country. That'd be amazing. God, it'd be great.
So
Cocksucker sucks,
here's the
but,
thing.
you know.
It all depends on the starting lineup, you know. And LAFC does have the midweek game right now.
Hold on, RB. So what are you gonna do if let's just say Wolf's listening right now, and he starts the lineup you want, and you guys still get slammed?
We'll be here. We'll be here next week for y'all to give it to me. Sam, do you have any score predictions for LAFC?
2-0 LAFC, bro. Buanga. I don't know without
sense.
Constante how you're gonna stop him.
What's scary about LAFC, Vela hasn't done a whole lot yet this year.
Yeah, I agree. He's kind of been quiet. A fair amount of other playmakers have been kind of quiet. I don't think it's close to a good year either yet. Anyway,
yeah. I want to give LAFC their first loss. So if we win, it'll be shit. It'll be a high scoring game. Let's just say that. If we win. But I'm kind of, man, the people are gonna come at me for this one because, man, I love MLSNP and all that, but it's just tough, man. You know, I just want to be kind of real with myself this season, and the way we've been playing, I could see a 3-1 also. You know, an L. You know, if we come out the way we've been playing these past couple of weeks, not putting away our chances and just looking lost on the field, just, you know, covering each other's not covering, but, you know, like smothering each other's spaces and just not playing that free flow that we used to play from last season. That obviously not tiki taka, right? But we had those connection plays where we would one touch the ball and you know, pretty much pass our way into the back of the net. You know, those kind of plays, we haven't seen much of it at all this season. So
because you're crossing a million times a game.
Yeah, dude. You know, and it's plain as day that's kind of like our game plan. Like let's just try and do that and be physical in the box, and that's not happening. So 3-1 L if you know it goes that way. A 2-2 draw would be ideal. You know, because it's gonna be goals. There's gonna be goals in this game. There's absolutely no way that it's gonna be 0-0. It may be 0-0 at halftime, but I promise the second half will open up. And yeah, man, that's my prediction. I was just, you know, que Dios vaya con nosotros para LA. You know, may God be with us on the travels. I'll tell my grandma to light a candle Saturday. So we need everybody on their knees praying for this one, y'all.
Yeah, it's gonna be a bloodbath.
Nah, let the chips fall.
I'm excited for the next one.
Hey, Austin FC fans, it's not too late to hop on a team with a star. Just letting you know. Come back home.
We don't want to go for no Toyota. What is Toyota Field?
Yes. Yeah, Toyota Stadium.
Yes, it's Toyota Field, and above you, Toyota Stadium.
Toyota Stadium's the real one.
Toyota Stadium. You got to feel it for it to be real.
Their attendance been better this year. Both for all the teams has been better.
Yeah,
so.
But you got
even for RGV and El Paso. So
I will say this though: the beginning of the Portland game had me nervous. It's supposed to be a red out, and I don't know, man. The camera was panning in on certain parts of the stadium. I was like, "Hey guys, what the hell?" They took a little long to get to their seats, but they got there. They got there.
That's funny. That's kind of funny. All right, man. So I just want to banter one more little thing. You know we got to get into it, Jose. We had Clásico today.
Yeah.
4-0.
You know what, man? It took 7 months and 4 major injuries for Real Madrid to finally win a game against Barca this season.
I don't care what it took. I don't care what it took.
Yeah, most Madrid fans don't.
What's your record this year?
You gotta forget. Our record today is 1-0, so that's all I'm worried about.
That is the most Madrid response I've ever heard. Just forget about everything else that happened this season. That's an Austin FC response probably too after how the season's gone so far. You know what?
Well, Dude, I get Madrid vibes in Austin all the time. Trust me.
Oh no,
Like,
there's a lot of you guys,
As well as
100%.
Yankee fan and Cowboy fan, just a bunch of
All of the bandwagons are kind of wrapped
Oh,
into
yeah.
Austin.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody, yeah, 100%.
bandwagon fans, bandwagon fans, because we obviously support clubs that are in the mud, right? That's what bandwagoners do.
No, we pick.
I
a
will
reason
say it will
other than
be
trophy.
interesting how Austin supports if they have a couple of dry years. I will, because right now you're still in the honeymoon stage, and I know you're year 3, and you came off a great year last year.
I agree.
Austin FC's talked a lot of shit,
and they still
to
haven't
Houston
won
and
anything.
Dallas.
That's what's crazy. They haven't even won anything, right? And it's like,
What
I
have
don't
you
know,
guys
man.
won, bro?
We've still been further than you have in the playoffs.
But still,
You don't even have an MLS Cup appearance, and
you don't even have an MLS Cup. Since when?
Hey, what's
96?
this? Barcelona, 71 points.
12 points.
59?
Okay,
12
who's in?
points
Okay,
clear.
all right. So go ahead and who's in third? Atletico, right?
At 54, you're closer to getting third than second than first.
Yeah. Okay, and then fourth.
Sociedad.
Sociedad.
Yeah. Who was
And
fourth last year?
Betis.
Who was fourth last year?
I don't know.
Probably a whole
believe
different
it.
team.
Switch it
There's
here.
only 3 clubs in Spain.
Oh,
3
that's an L
clubs.
take. Oh, that's an L take.
No, that's it.
Seville,
No,
That's
that's
an
it.
L take, bro.
There's
That's
only
an
3
L take.
clubs. There's
That's
only
an L
3
take.
clubs.
That's an
How?
L take.
All right. So who wins La Liga?
What do you mean? Who wins La Liga? I mean,
Who wins La Liga?
usually, yeah, bro. It's Barcelona, Real Madrid. But
Okay, then, bro.
that's like
What do you
saying
mean?
MLS is only LAFC and
No, it's not.
Seattle.
No, it's not.
You're
Dude,
right.
it's not
LA
Germany where
LA
it's
was only
Bayern.
won it once.
Yeah, we're not in France where PSG is the only club that exists. Like
Or Germany.
La Liga,
Pretty much, bro.
La Liga Spanish teams have. You've probably looked this up. Have more European titles between them than probably any other league or country in the world.
Yeah,
I would put
bro,
hard
but-
money on that.
But
European
what
titles,
other,
yes.
But what other? You don't have 6-0, 4-0 happening on the weekends on the regular, bro. Like that's how Real Madrid and Barcelona beat
talking
these
about?
clubs. What do you mean? What am I talking about?
Have you
I
not?
mean,
what, Italy?
In England, that doesn't happen. Okay, well, you can't. Man U and Liverpool.
I'm about to say, I don't know, bro. Only 7-0 this happened this year has happened in England. So I mean,
But that's
England-
rare. But that's rare. I mean,
But
like,
England
be,
right
be
now
real.
is the top
That's
of the top.
rare. Who,
It's,
England?
I don't think
Yes,
it's fair
exactly.
to compare England because
Okay,
it's top.
but
of the
what I'm
every
top.
saying-
league is different.
Okay,
Every league
okay,
is different.
but what I'm trying to get at.
You're calling
Yes,
Spain a
La
farmers
Liga is
league.
very
It's
top
not.
heavy.
It's
I
not
agree
a
with you.
farmers
It's
league.
top heavy.
Not a farmers
All
league,
right.
bro.
It's not like Germany. It's not like
I
France.
don't know, bro. It kind of is.
Brother, you're losing your own argument.
Look,
You're diminishing your own
check-
team without even realizing it.
Now check it out. So the real competition, obviously, is Champions League.
No,
Because what do you mean no?
no, that's not true. Again,
Dude, you have
No.
yes.
there is no real competition where but the beauty of
32
Champions
clubs. Dude, you have to finish top
Hold on,
3
hold on.
in your
League. The beauty of Champions League is that any team can win. Look who's at the latest stages of this tournament: Napoli and Benfica. Did anybody have those two teams at the quarterfinals? Whatever.
Yeah, Napoli and Benfica fans.
Bro, trust. I even them, they're like, damn, like I can't believe we're at this point right now. It's crazy.
Hell no.
But like it's crazy, right? Like I think that Napoli could win the Champions League. They're not a better team than Real Madrid. They're just not. But I think they could win it. Champions League, there's a lot of chance that goes into a 2-leg tie, man. I think it's 38 weeks. 38 weeks of doing something consistently.
Yeah,
To me, that's impressive.
for sure.
And Madrid's 12 points behind Barca.
Yeah.
But with that said,
You
yeah,
know what I'm
bro.
saying?
Look, anybody can go look up who's won the most trophies and be like, yeah, that's my team. Anybody can do that.
Oh, that's what I did, or what?
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, most
Actually, I
Madrid
did.
fans
like
I did do
Napoli-
that. I did that. I made Twitter. I think November, like 2 years ago, and I was like, "Who put on Google?" I was like, "Who has won the most Champions Leagues?" And then Real Madrid came up, and I was like, "Oh, okay. I'm just gonna go Real Madrid."
That sounds like every Madrid fan that I know.
Heck yeah, that's how we do it. My son did the same too.
like Harry said, you're probably a Yankees fan, a Cowboys fan, I don't know what, a Patriots fan or a Chiefs fan or something. I don't know, man. You're probably,
No, I'm a San Antonio fan. That's what I am.
But look, congrats, the moral
Napoli,
victory.
Milan.
Thank you.
Today.
Hey,
Yep.
maybe one day y'all have a shirt like this.
Mm.
Dude,
Maybe.
So here's a serious question:
You'd
Is
have
Real
like,
Madrid
what,
gonna
7
roll
more
Chelsea
trophies to
like they
win?
did Liverpool?
Look, this was gonna happen.
Yes,
Guys,
but
hold on.
then they're gonna get rolled by City.
No, check it. Come on, bro. Nobody's gonna roll us, bro. This was gonna happen. We're gonna get
God.
beat. We're gonna get beat. However it is, first game. In the second game, we're just gonna beat them by more. That's just how it works for us, bro.
Mm. I like how everybody says that, bro. You've only ever done it in like one season.
Oh, are you fucking kidding me,
Comebacks,
In
dude? No,
champ-
yeah, comebacks, bro.
Comebacks.
Yes.
Okay, good. How
Champions
many
League's
runs
next week, so
Yeah.
How many
How
runs?
many runs? Name off the seasons, and I'll let you know where those comebacks.
Man,
came
bro,
from. Go
that's
ahead, bro.
super hard. There's plenty. There's
Nah, man.
plenty.
The Magic
Bro,
was
okay,
there
so
last
I'll give you
season.
two. I'll give you two right now. I'll give you
All right,
two
go
right
ahead.
now.
Go ahead.
Last season, that's one,
Okay.
right? And then we did that at multiple games. And then
Last season
my
was very
favorite-
impressive.
And then my favorite was with Ronaldo. Whenever
What
we
year?
lost to
against Atletico.
no, we lost.
He was
to,
at Juve. He was at Juve already.
No, he was at Madrid.
Okay, but
was at Madrid.
what season?
It was 15 or 16. We lost to a German team.
Bro,
we lost
those
to
are
them two.
those
No,
are
we lost to
one-off
them.
comebacks, though.
We lost to them. What do you mean? We
I
lost
said-
to them 2-0. We lost to them 2-0 in the
Okay.
first leg. And in the second leg, Ronaldo scored a hat trick on his own and got us to the next round. So, I mean,
But making a run is what I'm talking about. A run
Bro.
like last season where you had comeback after comeback after comeback, and it
I mean,
almost
what-
felt like you couldn't score on Madrid first because they were going to find a way to like turn it around. It was
Bro.
almost like you're playing into their hand.
all right. How about this? It's not going to take me long. I'll go back and find 3 seasons for you. that we've
Yes,
done this,
yes,
Okay.
and at me on Twitter, bro. I 100% want to see what those were because I'm like a football historian. I'm totally down. But
Okay.
but past that, I will say I don't think you do it this season because I don't think anyone yet has an answer for
Bayern.
Well, nah. I mean, Bayern lost today. I think wasn't it? Or
Oh, did
yesterday to like Freiburg. So I think nobody has an answer for Holland and City. I don't think
Haaland.
you guys do. I don't think your center backs can take Holland.
Well, Arsenal obviously does, but I mean, I guess nobody does. So I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, Arsenal also lost to City both times this season. So
Yeah, but they're top of the table. So, but
City slips up. I mean, they will slip up again. But I'm just saying
they
I
haven't
think
played the second match.
Yeah,
Arsenal and Man City haven't played the second match. That's why Man City can still catch them with the game in hand. I think they're 5 points back. If they beat them head to head, that there'd only be that 2 points back, which would put a lot of pressure on them.
yeah, and Arsenal still has to play Liverpool. They still have to play Newcastle. That one's going to be a big one. I think that one's bigger than the Liverpool game. So I mean, I don't know, man. I think all roads lead to City. I think when City tied Leipzig, everyone kind of questioned them a little bit, and then they came back and absolutely dunked on them, like 7-1 or whatever it was. So I don't know, man. I think all roads lead to them. But for today, bro,
Holland's good.
I would say Real Madrid needs to enjoy this 4-0 as much as humanly possible because I think
Oh,
it's
and Camp
the
Nou,
last major
Benzema
dub of the
hat
season.
trick.
I think it's the
Benzema
last
hat
major
trick.
dub of the season.
Bro, don't ever forget that hat trick at your damn house. Don't ever forget it.
Ever forget what, bro? This is the first big win.
Don't ever
you've
forget that
ever
hat trick.
seen against Barcelona in your lifetime.
Don't you
It was
ever
crazy.
forget it, God
I
damn it.
went through the results and I was like, you know what's crazy? For the first time in my life, I've never once felt this way, losing 4-0 to Real Madrid. Whereas they've lost to us 4-0, 4-1, 6-2, 5-0. And it's like, man, for the first time, I'm experiencing this. You know, football has a way of humbling you, and it's kind of crazy. But with that said, again, it took.
It happened though, so I mean, whatever.
Yeah,
it
yeah.
takes.
But imagine if you had to field the team without Modric, Benzema, Vini, and be like, all right, cool, let's go out and try win a game against Barcelona.
I wouldn't even have said. I wouldn't even have brought it up honestly if I had to play the game without him.
Hmm.
Because you know why? Madrid beat Barca. I mean, we didn't say Modric beat,
No, yeah, you
Pedri
did.
or
Madrid didn't beat us today. Benzema beat us today. Yeah. If Benzema's not playing, Vinny doesn't do anything. Vinny is one of the most overrated wingers in the world. And it's crazy that a center back can pocket him. It's crazy, bro. It actually blows my mind that you can be considered a world-class winger and you get pocketed by a center back.
What up, Sam? You got something? You got something on the Madrid? No.
Nah, bro. I'm just listening in on someone just being mad, bro. I don't know, bro. Araujo did not pocket him at all today, bro.
Today. And even today, he kind of did. Vinny didn't. I mean, Barca's defense capitulated at the end, bro. 100%.
He's gonna defend Barca no matter what. It's his club, bro.
Go to the stats. Check
Why
me.
do I have to go to the stats?
Run the numbers,
Real
bro.
Madrid,
Check
dude.
me.
I watched the game.
Well, I do watch the game. I watched the game.
I
I
watched the game.
Yeah, and the last.
I didn't watch
games
it.
in a
I was
row-
watching the real champion, Newcastle.
the last games in a row, all of them, Vinny has done nothing since. And you know what's crazy, bro, is that he gets so upset. He pouts around like a little child, drawing fights with an 18-year-old kid because he can't beat a center.
Well, don't
back.
play him. Hey, well, don't play him.
Isn't that crazy, bro?
Well,
That's so
don't play
crazy
him.
to me.
Well, don't play him if don't play the 18-year-old kid if you're gonna.
Nah, he's better than any 18-year-old kid on your roster.
He's still a Barca
Well,
player.
yeah,
So.
I know.
Well,
but,
then don't bring up his age. It doesn't matter how old he is. He can handle it. He can handle it.
First of all, if you're salty about the
big
age
boy.
I'm bringing up, it sounds like a personal
He's
problem.
a big boy.
But secondly,
he's a big boy.
Yeah, I know.
Me?
He plays like a big
What do you
boy. He
mean?
plays like a big boy.
What do you mean
There ain't
he's
nobody
messing
on
with
Real Madrid
18-year-old?
that was that good at that age. Ain't nobody close to Gavi
okay.
on Real Madrid's roster. But
All
that,
right.
you know, respect. Either way, Vinny has not been anywhere.
Someone's mad about
to,
the 4-0 still, but it's all right.
Nah, bro, I literally just said congrats, GGs. I'll give you all the props for today. But on the season, all year long,
I still got 53 minutes.
Barca has been infinitely better than Real Madrid all year long, and in one of our down periods, all
infinitely
season long.
That's why y'all made it through the Champions.
Double-digit points better than you. Double-digit.
Let me ask you a
better
question here. Do you even care about the trophy that, you know, assuming that you're going to win? Because it's not the league. It's not Champions League. Does it even really matter, the trophy?
I don't really care about La Liga,
See,
honestly.
that solves it up.
That's so
Who
crazy
cares?
to me, bro.
I don't, though.
Imagine being a football fan and be like, you know what?
Bro.
I don't care about our league trophy.
Bro,
like,
because it's
what?
dude, it's
Why
either
play
you
the
or Barca.
game?
It's
Why
either
be
you or
a fan?
Barca. It's never like sitting there like,
bro, what an L take.
U.S. Soccer doesn't care about our league trophy.
Bro,
They
that's
don't-
like,
we got
that's like being an
possible
Austin FC
cups.
fan and be like, I don't care about MLS Cup. It's cool.
And you can't even.
I mean, if
can't even
you were
watch
that good of a
match.
club and you were always winning the MLS, you know what I'm saying? Like, eventually you're like, let's go for the Champions League.
No, bro.
Yeah.
That's not how that works.
Yeah, bro.
That's what
I mean,
Seattle
especially
did
at
last
this
you
year,
don't
right?
stop caring about your league
Yeah.
to focus on another tournament.
I mean,
Fans-
especially at this
real
moment.
fans don't
Seattle
think
did
that
last
way.
year.
No, they did. But they openly admitted it. Like for
As
a
a
season,
at a
we're
club
putting
level,
this
they did.
down. Yeah, for a season, we're putting
Right.
this down, and we're going after CCL because we don't know if we're going to get it again. But we don't say,
But
"Oh, I
they
really
still,
don't care about
once they
MLS."
completed that,
Yeah, Sounders fans will hold that team accountable, just like Austin FC fans hold them accountable. This is like a rare L from RB. Like, bro, you have to care about the La Liga title a little bit. Like, there's no way you don't.
Dude,
Otherwise, why support?
If La Liga,
Well, the reason
title was
we
there
know the
for
reason
me,
why he
yes,
doesn't care
right?
is because they're so far behind. If they were within 3 or 4 points,
Right,
you know
exactly.
he would care.
Yes.
Because
at this
the
point
ti-
of the season, like at the beginning of the season, who the fuck doesn't want a treble or even the 6, right? Because it's possible to win 6 in Europe.
I guess, bro. I've seen crazier shit happen. I've seen teams drop 15-point leads. I don't know. I
Not
think
at this point. No one's
Yeah,
ever
no
won
one's ever done it at
anything.
this stage.
Yeah.
At this stage, but I'm saying, like, I just
And it's-
don't believe in like stopping playing. Like, you're like, oh, okay, I don't care about this league anymore. It is what it is. That's not what led to the games that we beat you this season, right? We were just better, and just like today,
Mhm.
today you were better. But across
You
the
guys were
entire
better.
season, Barca has dominated.
Well, it's about time.
Except when it comes to the cups.
It's been a while. It has been a while.
It's been a little while. It's been a little while.
It's been a while.
It's been a little while.
Barca's back.
Barcelona's out of everything now, right? Outside of the league.
Yeah, so it'll be the
Nah,
domestic
they got
double.
Europa.
champions.
They got Europa.
No,
They're out.
we're out.
You guys got Europa, no?
No, Manchester United.
No, they
bro.
lost.
We lost.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's it. Domestic double.
Oh no, that was Roma. I got Alex in my head. Roma got Europa.
Yeah, and either way, I mean, like it was the same tie that Arsenal bowed out in, and it's like, you know, when it comes to the Prem, I like Arsenal too. At the end of the day, Europa League trophy. I'll be honest, bro. There are a lot of Barca fans that were cheering for us to go in that tournament. This is one tournament where like I could give a shit. Like I feel this way
second year
about
in a row,
Europa
though,
League.
right? Second year in a
Yeah,
row.
I just it's not a trophy I want to win. You know what I mean? Like I don't care. I just like I want Champions League. I don't want Europa League. So when we got like people were like, oh, we should beat Man U and go for it. Yeah, I can't relate. I'd rather focus on the league and go back to Champions League. But that's just me. Europa League's not. I mean, because if you win it, think about it. Okay, cool. We're the winner of the second best tournament in Europe. That's cool. Yeah, it just doesn't feel good. Like it's just not.
That's where you belong. So I mean,
I
you
don't know
should have
about
tried to
belong.
It still
Bro,
comes with money.
wait till Messi's back, bro. Wait till
Barcelona
Messi-
needs
Harry, odds on Messi coming back to Barca.
Bro. Hey, I'm gonna end it, bro. We're at an hour and a half. Bro. I got to get to the fan, man. Shit. Any closing statements from you, Harry?
Hey, Sacramento just tied it, so it's 3-3 in the 97th minute in a game that nobody
Wow.
can watch. Thank you, U.S. Soccer.
That was the blackout game?
And Sacramento made the finals last year. Let's not forget that.
Republic fans were pissed, man.
Jose, I appreciate you.
I'm
man,
happy as an
covering
SAFC
from
fan
Dallas.
because Sacramento's having to use their starters to make up this game. Then they got to fly to San Antonio. Go for it.
Yeah.
PKs, baby.
Out.
Harry, have fun in Detroit, man. Enjoy it.
Well, yeah, I gotta finalize that, but yeah. So I found a ticket flying out of Austin. I'm probably gonna upgrade, but yeah, I can fly there and back for $200
There you go.
on Delta direct flights. So
RB, we'll see you after that 4-0 ass whooping Austin FC's about to get.
Yeah, you like that 4-0, don't you? Any closing statements from you, Jose?
Nah, man, I gotta see Dallas get a clean sheet. And man, just let's win, bro. Let's win. That's all I really want. So 3 points on the road would be amazing. I hope we bounce back.
Yeah, you guys go check out my boy goals.tv. You can find our episode on there. It'll be dropped pretty sure in the morning. Check out any kind of soccer you want. Shit from anything, bro. Anything. You look it up on there. I'm pretty sure it's on there. You can find it. Sam, my man, Houston, you got anything else? Any closing statements?
Yeah, I gotta get ready for disappointment this weekend.
All right, dude. Well,
I thought he was gonna say he
it,
was
man.
getting ready for detention.
jeez. Nah, man. Appreciate
I'm just
you,
excited
sticking with us.
to see Austin FC lose. That'll excite my day. RGV
think-
lost. El Paso lost.
I love how much everyone just hates on all my clubs. I love
Because y'all
it.
are loud, bro. You're the loudest fan base and haven't won.
Yeah.
I'm just we'll talk about it. I know we're up on time, but I'm ready for the humbling that is LAFC.
It's a bunch
Yeah,
of t-shirt
we'll
fans.
We'll see. Yeah, go check out my boys, Verde Bros. They're gonna go. I don't know if they're gonna go live yet or not, but Monday they're gonna record their first episode. It's gonna be a ring of fire, man. It's gonna get a little spicy in there. Alex might show up, but I'll save the details. Let them explain it to y'all. Appreciate y'all checking out episode 40 of Texas Ring of Fire. Go check us out on Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Apple podcasts, goals.tv, YouTube. We do go live every Wednesday at 9:30, so 9:35, 50. We can get Sam in. But you guys check us out, man. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Leave a comment, rate and review. I'm your host,